everyone, it's Monday, so it's assembly, but we can't all be together at the moment, so I thought that I'd bring assembly to you. So good morning, and I hope that you're all well. Now this week it's Mental Health Week, and in school we're going to be looking at what mental health is and how you can help yourself to have good well-being. So you will be working with your teachers and you will be doing lots and lots of different activities. And on our website, if you go into virtual school, you will see, if you scroll down to wellbeing resources, that there are lots of resources on there that you can find out about mental health using those and activities to do. So we've got Emma, she's on there telling some stories. We've also got some resources from Place to Be, and we've even got the Duchess of Cambridge. She's sent a message to schools all about mental health. And there's lots of other resources on there as well, activities for you to do, and just some reading, different ways to help yourself. So there's lots on there for you to look at. So during the week, you're going to be working with your teachers, finding out about all the different ways that you can help yourself. Mental well-being is all about feeling good and happy in yourself, finding different ways to relax, and you might do that by having different hobbies. You don't even need to be good at things to enjoy doing them. So we're going to talk a bit about that in a few minutes after we've had a story. And this story is called Beautiful Ups. And it's about how you can turn mistakes into positives. Because at the moment, things are quite difficult, and sometimes you get frustrated about the very little things and they seem a lot bigger than they actually are, or a lot more important than they are. So this is a book that shows us how we can turn little mistakes, and we all make them, into positives. Right, so here we go. Whoops, a torn piece of paper. There's the tear, can you see? We've all torn a piece of paper. But it's just the beginning, because that torn piece of paper becomes the mouth of a crocodile. Every spill, and I'm sure you've spilt things, every spill has lots and lots of possibilities. So from a spill on the page, it becomes an animal. And a bent piece of paper, that's annoying, isn't it, can turn into something to celebrate. So it's turned into a penguin's beak. So we've got a family there, or a group of friends. And a little drip of paint. See the splodges at the bottom? Let your imagination run wild. So the splodges have turned into a little character pig and wheels on the car. And a scrap of paper can be fun to play with. A stain, so if you put a cup down and you leave a mark, a stain, has potential to be something brilliant if you play with its shape, it says. So there we go. If we look a bit closer, we've got a frog in a muddy pond that used to be the stain off the bottom of a cup. Holes in your paper. Exploring. There we go. They're worth exploring. What could be down the hole? Are you ready? I don't know whether you can see. If I come close enough, there is down the hole a little animal, a little kind of monster. So holes are worth exploring. When you think you've made a mistake, you've scribbled it out, and you're getting cross with yourself, actually, you can make it into something else. Let's lift that up. So when you think you've made a mistake, you can create, see, it's grass with a flower. Oops! Think of it as an opportunity to make something beautiful. So there we go. All the mistakes from throughout the book, making one giant picture. So we've got the crocodile with the rip, and we've got the penguin with the folded down corner, and the dog and the rabbit. So don't think of situations as just negative. You can make something positive out of things, and how you think about things is often the way to good mental health. So there we go. That's one book that we're using this week for Mental Health Awareness Week. And as I said, if you look on the website and go onto the virtual school, Emma has read some more stories all about how you can help your mental health. So now, I did say to you that I'd let you know how some of the teachers help their own mental health. What do? How do they express themselves? It might be creatively and making little mistakes into creative pictures or crafts. I'll tell you. So, on my list now, I talked to Miss Magda earlier on, and she said that yesterday she'd been doing some baking at home. So that's one way that she helps her own mental health by relaxing. And so does Mrs. Vassiat, because she enjoys baking as well. Mrs. Milner, she enjoys painting. And when I popped to year 5 earlier on, she was actually showing the children some pictures that she'd been busy painting. And she's found a new skill as well. She didn't know she had a skill, and she didn't know that she was going to enjoy it. So that's really, really positive. So that helps her mental health. And then I know that Mrs. Slee, she likes going for a walk. Fresh air is very important, and it can help you relax and help your mental well-being. Mrs. Hamriding, she also likes walking and being out in the fresh air, and she's doing that at the moment with 2 little puppies that have just gone to live at her house. And so her time is taken up with playing and looking after her new dogs. Mr. Miller, he likes to play golf. So again, that's sport and being out in the open air and giving you time to chill out and relax and focus on something else and not worry about other things. And then finally, Miss Howarth. Well, you all know she enjoys being outside because of Forest School, and you've all spent time with her. So she enjoys the open air and being outside with nature and exploring. So those are some of the ways that the teachers like to relax and help their own mental health. Now, as I said, you're going to do lots of different activities. You might find that you enjoy colouring in. You might find that you enjoy singing. It doesn't have to be in front of an audience. It can be just to singing to yourself in the shower. Or you might like baking or cooking. Or you might like writing or poetry or reading a book. Lots of different ways to relax and enjoy yourself and help your mental well-being and giving yourself time to switch off. So that's what Mental Health Week is all about, and I hope you enjoy the activities. Have a look at the website. Now, before I go, we're going to go through Best Worker of the Week. Last Friday, the teachers sent the list to Mr. Taylor, and the certificates are on the virtual school site, and if you scroll down, there's Best Worker of the Week. So for last week, last Friday, we had Siragio in Ducklings, and we had Ishmael in reception. For year 1, we had Leo and Ariana. And in year 2, we had Imam Fatima and Yahya. In year 3, we had Musa and Lexi. And for year 4, we had Ayan and Olivia. And in year 5, we had Hunal and Charlie. And year 6, Megan and Bushra. So, to all those children who got a certificate, well done. And I know that you're all trying your best with your learning at home and in school. So keep on trying hard, and hopefully it might be your turn next to get Best Worker of the Week. So now, final last message before I go. We've talked a lot about how you can help yourself with your own mental well-being. But one thing to remember is talk to people. You might like colouring, you might like singing, all the things that we've talked about, but talking to people is very important. And it's a very difficult time at the moment. Things are not as they normally are. So sometimes people find situations difficult. And if you do, make sure that you talk to somebody at home. There's people at home you can talk to. There's everybody still in school. You can ring school, we're still here. Chat to your teacher through your online lessons. And remember that there are people who are here to listen to you, and we're all still here to help you. So I hope you have a really good week, and join me again next Monday for our assembly. Okay, take care everyone. Bye bye.